You ever buy something thinking it was going to change everything, only to realize later you had no idea what you were actually getting into? Well, that was me when I bought my first 12-volt refrigerator. I thought I was buying the ultimate, most portable, versatile, do-it-all, prepared for everything 12-volt AC/DC fridge. But it turns out there were a few things that nobody told me.
First thing is, size matters. Not in the way most people think. Bigger sounds better until you have to lug this thing from the back of your truck to the picnic table or when you're loading up in the fridge. The one I particularly have, the dual zone VL45 by IceCo, man, this thing comes in at like 50, 60 pounds. Or how much area and valuable space it's going to take up in your rig, car, truck, van, minivan. Here it is in the back of a Toyota Sienna in the storage area where the third row seating stow and go normally is. And you can see it takes up literally the size of the twin seats back there. The area just to the right would be the single seating. A fridge that's too large is just going to be dead space when you're traveling solo or maybe even just with one other person. And a fridge that's too small means you're always going to be playing Tetris with groceries. What you really want is the right capacity for how you actually travel. Now, these baskets are actually really going to cut down on how much you are lugging the whole unit around. But there are some cons to them. If you're traveling with them empty, they're going to rattle around. You're going to hear that in a quiet cabin without music.
Every time I film, never fails. Anywho, now that they're done being weird.
Next is power draw. This is the part people underestimate the most because a fridge doesn't need to just fit in your vehicle. It needs to be able to run without wrecking your battery, and not all fridges are created equal. Some are efficient, some are energy hogs, and if your setup isn't ready for it, you'll be stressing out every time you park your vehicle. So before you buy, look at how much power it actually uses and think about your current battery setup and if you need to tweak it or not, especially if you're running it overnight or for multiple days without driving. If you're getting any sort of value out of this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. I've got a lot more videos coming, so stay tuned. Insulation is huge. People love to talk about compressor size, brand names all day, but insulation is going to be what keeps the fridge from working overtime. A well-insulated fridge not only holds temps better, but uses less power, handles heat way more efficiently, and if you're camping in any hot weather, humid weather, it's going to matter a lot more than most people realize. And speaking of heat, compressor quality matters too. A cheap fridge might cool you down fine on day one, but it's going to struggle when it's hot outside or when you're opening it constantly to get whatever contents are inside. A good compressor is going to be what gives you reliable performance and not just arbitrary numbers on a spec sheet. One more thing I learned the hard way is that features can be a trap. Digital displays, fancy app controls, dual zones, all that stuff sounds great until you realize that the basic stuff matters. More like temperature control, stability, insulation, energy efficiency, and whether or not that thing's going to actually work when you need it the most. A few things I really liked about this fridge. One thing I thought that went the extra mile. You can see I'm comparing a just generic 12-volt plug, and it's only got 2 prongs on it, whereas this Anchor has 4, and it really makes a difference of how sturdy it actually stays into the socket. I mean, that one's just kind of dangling there. And in fact, I was able to wiggle it out, whereas the Anchor, man, that thing is locked in there. And I know what you guys might be thinking, maybe one outlet is more loose than the other. I actually switched them. You can see here I switched them. I do think the first one was the looser of the two, to be honest with you, the one the Anchor is in. But something like that goes a long ways. Another thing I really liked about it, I do like how you could have separate AC and DC ports. This one comes with actually 2 USB-A's you can power stuff off of. And one thing I really liked is that the actual AC plug doesn't have a power brick or converter brick built into it. It's just an actual plug. So that way you're not losing a lot of energy from converting from AC to DC back to AC or however in the heck that stuff goes. So that was really nice. I was bummed out. I saw some other reviews online for this fridge freezer combo for the dual zone. They came with extra handle as well as extra corner pieces. Mine didn't. I called customer care and they said they kind of did away with that. Another thing that's weird about this particular one is the dual zone for the VL45 apparently is only sold through dealers, but I was able to kind of find it through their wholesale website. I don't know, maybe that's a dealer, I'm not quite sure. Nonetheless, I was surprised at how quick I got here. I swear I ordered it on like a Tuesday and it was here by Thursday. And customer service was really easy to deal with. So if I were to buy a 12-volt fridge again, knowing what I know now, here is what I would get. First, capacity that actually fits my travel style, power efficiency, insulation, build quality, and a layout that's actually easy to live with and not just impressive on paper. Because at the end of the day, the best 12-volt portable fridge freezer, if you go dual zone, isn't the one with the most features. It's going to be the one that quietly does the job every single trip without ever making you think about it. And honestly, that's the whole point of these fridges. And if any of you are curious as to why I chose the Anker Solex 1000 Gen 2 over some of the many other options on the market, go ahead and check out this video right here. Go on, give it a click. You might learn a thing or two and maybe why you should pick up one, or shouldn't.